brothers and sisters, I'll start with the great poet of the subcontinent, Bulle Shah. And one of his saying in Punjabi is, Sach bolan ta pambad machda hai, झूठ बोलना ਤਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਬਚਦਾ ਏ ਜੀ ਦੋਹਾਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜੱਕਦਾ ਏ ਜੱਚ ਜੱਚ ਕੇ ਜੇਬਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਏ ਮੂੰਹ ਆਈ ਬਾਤ ਨਾ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਏ Pakistani American Congress deserves congratulations that they have carried on this mission of US-Pakistan friendship for the last 27 years. And the situation has become more critical in these years when we say that the policymakers here have changed that belief which always says a friend in need is a friend indeed. And today what we are seeing is, when we look at the subcontinent, 1,300,000,000 are in Indian map. And the question may be that why a Sikh who is not even of Pakistani origin, and all my brothers are what they are doing here. We have at stake, much at stake, along with Pakistan, along with stability, prosperity and peace in the region. We shouldn't forget that during the 1940s negotiation on transfer of power, Sikhs were the third party to that negotiation. We sided with India on the assurances that no constitution in India will be accepted which won't be acceptable to the Sikhs. What we found to our dismay during the discussion in the Constituent Assembly on Indian Constitution was that Article 25B of Indian Constitution clubs Sikhs, Buddhists and Jains as Hindus. That was the time when two Sikh representatives in the Constituent Assembly, they said, this is betrayal of the Sikhs, this is betrayal of the promises made to the Sikhs, we reject this constitution. Fact of the matter is that de facto we may be captured in Indian map, but de jure we haven't accepted the Indian Constitution. When we appreciate Pakistan, not for the religious reasons, my Makkah and Medina, both are in Pakistan. Birthplace of Guru Nanak Sahib, Nankana Sahib is in Pakistan, which has been accorded the status of a district. And thousands of Sikh pilgrims from around the globe will testify that it may be Pakistani Rangers, it may be Pakistani security agencies, they don't sleep. When during the visit of those pilgrims, they visit those places and every Sikh is gone safely out of Pakistan, only then they can rest. And not only that, Pakistan outside India is the only country which has Pakistan Sikh Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee to take care of 174 Sikh historical shrines in Pakistan. In India, while we have contributed so much, and many will say that what's the problem of Sikhs in India, then ask 200 million Muslims in Indian map. Sometimes when I listen to some Pakistani intellectuals or on your talk shows, the very logic that why Pakistan, why not if we would have been together in India? Look at what is happening to 200 million Muslims, 25 million Sikhs, 30 million Christians, more than 100 million Dalits, those who have been termed as untouchable by Brahminical decree. And then you'll appreciate that how a beautiful country like Pakistan has given safety, security and prosperity to at least 180 million in that part of the world. Pakistan has become the first country. Just a couple of weeks ago, Pakistan's Punjab Assembly has passed a legislation recognizing Sikh marriages as a under that act, under the Sikh Marriage Act, which is called Anand Marriage Act, now during the time of Mr. Haider, when he used to be the law minister, a ordinance was issued, but as it was not rectified within 6 months, and now it has been left to the provinces, Punjab Assembly is the first assembly in the world which has recognized Sikh Marriage Act, giving separate recognition to the Sikh entity. So these factors have brought us here on this forum to discuss that if we look at the subcontinent when it comes to India, the fact of the matter is India has voted more times against United States of America in the UN Security Council or UN General Assembly. When the Cold War was there, India was just the satellite country of the Soviet Union. How all of a sudden India, which is the most repressive regime now in the world, as US surf person was here, he was reading the report that what is the situation of religious minorities in Pakistan. I think he forgot to tell that 3 times the delegation of US surf has been denied visas to visit India. And still, India is the so-called largest democracy on the planet. What is happening to the Kashmiris for the last 70 years in general and in the past 3 decades in particular? Thousands of Kashmiri kids, youngsters, boys, girls have been blinded due to their pellet guns. And now just 2 days ago, Indian Home Ministry has decided that they will be sending their special commandos or special forces in Kashmir. And in spite of 15 plus UN Security Council's resolutions there, why United Nations Security Council or United States of America or other so-called peace brokers of the world are not intervening in that part of the world, giving right of self-determination to the Kashmiris, right of self-determination to the Sikhs of Punjab, or right of self-determination to the Assamese. I think this, and I was very much impressed, both of our ambassador here from Pakistan and President of Azad Kashmir, though both are bureaucrats, diplomats, but they have spoken very eloquently. Most of the time, when there is a definition of diplomat, that when a diplomat says yes, he means perhaps. When he says perhaps, he means no. When he says no, he is a no diplomat. But I want to commend that very vocally they have advocated. The same needs to be done here by Pakistani community, lobbying within the Congress, and I am proud to say that we have US Congressional Sikh Caucus, in which there are more than 50 plus bipartisan congressmen part of it. And to counter whatever India is doing, on one hand, Pakistan has suffered in all these years, is suffering regularly, but that Modi, who stands on the Red Fort and says Pakistan is the mother of terrorism, he talks about interfering in Balochistan, in Gilgit, in other parts, and why not here, where we are active? We should be working with the opinion makers, lawmakers, decision makers here to influence the decision making. Indians believing in the Chanakya theory that speak the lie so loudly that even nobody may say it can't be a lie, and they may start believing it. I think we are failing in this front, and we need to be more active. And I think that Pakistani, this not only think tank, Pakistani American Congress, as they have worked for 27 years, they have brought all of us on this platform, but more needs to be done, more involvement of the community. And I'll conclude with one thing, that my friend, Mr. A. Sheikh, he used to be president of North American Kashmir Association. We worked together for 18 years. I still have an office in National Press Building for the last 18 years. He used to say, road from Lahore to Srinagar goes via Amritsar. Sikh factor is very important in that part of the subcontinent, and I expect and I hope that Pakistan's opinion makers or policy makers, they understand this factor. If India can intervene in all those things which is none of its business, why not on the human rights issues? Pakistani diplomats in UN, on the other international forums, they should speak for Kashmiris, for Sikhs, for others very vocally. And I want to assure you that 1 million Sikhs in this country, 30 million around the world, we have great respect for Pakistan. And one my Sikh friend from Canada who visited Pakistan, he said that if Sikhs genuinely have any respect anywhere in the world, that is Pakistan. And that is what I am really thankful. And with all the best wishes, thank you very much. Khuda Hafiz, Rab Rakha.